Hi, I'm Richard from the Grammar Goat English Academy. Welcome to my English language quiz. This is quiz number 10. Are you ready to test your English skills? Watch the video, take the quiz, like it, and share it with your friends. My quiz has 6 rounds. Round 1 is the grammar round, a test of your English grammar. Round 2, vocabulary, words. Look at the pictures and say what you see. Round 3 is the listening round. How good are your listening skills? Round 4 is a spelling test. Round 5, pronunciation practice. And round 6 is the mystery round. Make sure you watch until the end of the video to discover what round 6 is this week. Each round has 5 points. That's a maximum score of 30 points. Make sure you keep a note of your scores because I want you to tell me your final score at the end of the quiz. Alright, let's start with round 1. This is the grammar round. Look at the sentence and choose the correct answer. You'll have 3 seconds. Question number 1. My sister is architect. What's the answer? My sister is an architect. But why is it an? With nouns that start with a vowel sound, not necessarily the letter, but the sound of the word, we use an. For nouns that start with a consonant sound, we use a. Okay, question number 2. This curry is spiciest I've ever tasted. This curry is the spiciest I've ever tasted. We use the with superlatives. Okay, question number 3. He sat down and looked up at moon. He sat down and looked up at the moon. We use the when there is only one of something. The moon, the sun. Okay, next question. Question number 4. Statue of Liberty is in New York. The Statue of Liberty is in New York. We use the with some statues and landmarks, but not all. You have to learn them. For example, the Statue of Liberty, but in London, Big Ben. Know the. Okay. Question number 5 now. I'll meet you at station over there. I'll meet you at the station over there. Use the for shared knowledge. Okay, how did you do in the grammar round? How many points did you score? Remember, if you've learned something from my quiz, like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Alright, let's move on now to round number 2, the vocabulary round. It's really simple. Look at the pictures and say what you see. Question number 1. What is it? It's a lawnmower. Question number 2. What is it? It's a spade. Okay, question number 3. What is it? It's a rake. Question number 4. What is it? It's a fence. And the last one, question number 5. What is it? It's a hedge. A gardening theme this week. How did you do with the words round? How many points did you score? Let's move on now to round 3, the listening round. It's very simple. Listen to each sentence and count how many words you hear. We'll start with an example. Listen and count. I love living in London. I love living in London. How many words did you hear? Let's check. I love living in London. There are 5 words. How did you do with the example? Are you ready to start the listening round? Here is question number 1. Listen, how many words? How many years have you been living here? How many years have you been living here? Here's the answer. Check. How many years have you been living here? There are 8 words. Question number 2. I would love a cold drink and a snack. I would love a cold drink and a snack. Check. I would love a cold drink and a snack. There are 9 words. Next, he is the tallest person in his class. He is the tallest person in his class. Check. He is the tallest person in his class. There are 8 words. Next, listen. How many words? Do you prefer sweet or savoury food? Do you prefer sweet or savoury food? Check. Do you prefer sweet or savoury food? There are 7 words. And the last question, question number 5. I'm only going to say this one once. When I visit New York, I want to see the Statue of Liberty. Wow, check. When I visit New York, I want to see the Statue of Liberty. There are 13 words. How did you do in the listening round? How many points did you score? Let's move on to the spelling round. I'll say a word. How do you spell it? All of the spellings this week are tube stations in London. Question number 1. Spell Piccadilly. Piccadilly. Here's the answer. Check. Piccadilly. Number 2. Spell Vauxhall. Vauxhall. Here's the answer. Check. Vauxhall. 3. Spell Farringdon. Farringdon. Okay, check. Farringdon. 4. Spell Holborn. Holborn. Check. Holborn. And the last one, number 5. Westminster. Westminster. Here's the answer. Check. Westminster. How did you do in the spelling round? How many points did you score? Let's move on now to the pronunciation round. I'll show you a word. How do you say it? Here we go. Question number 1. How do you say this word? Fierce. Fierce. Question number 2. How do you say it? Excruciating. Excruciating. The stress is on the second syllable. Number 3. How do you say it? Filthy. Filthy. Next, how do you say it? Enormous. Enormous. The stress is on the second syllable. Next, how do you say it? Deafening. Deafening. The stress is on the first syllable. How did you do in the pronunciation round? Let's move on to round 6 now, the mystery round. This week, I'm going to test your phrasal verbs. Look at the questions and make the phrasal verbs. Let's start with question number 1. I want to take golf. I want to take up golf. To take up something means to start doing something for the first time, like a hobby. Number 2, we set early for the airport. We set off early for the airport. Set off to start a journey. Set off for plus your destination. Next, you take your father. You take after your father. I'll drop you at the station. I'll drop you off at the station. To drop someone off somewhere, to leave someone somewhere. Usually taking someone in a car and then leaving them. Okay, the last one, number 5. I bumped an old friend in London. I bumped into an old friend in London. To bump into someone, to meet someone by chance, not arranged. Okay, how did you do in the phrasal verbs round? And how did you do in my quiz? Because that's the end. It's time to total up your points. Remember, the maximum score is 30 points. Let me know in the comments what your score is. If you've learned something from my video, don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel, the Grammar Goat English Academy. Thank you so much for watching my video and good luck with your English language learning. See you in the next English lesson.